Hey everyone, this is your teacher Soroosh, and today we're going to cover part 3C of American English File, Book 2, 3rd edition. The name of this episode is Word Games. Okay, so in this episode we're going to talk about different words, and at the same time we're going to cover defining relative clauses. Oh, the name seems a little bit hard, right? So we're going to use words like who, that, where to connect two sentences together. No worries, I'll explain it all. As always, I suggest that you watch the previous episodes and also practice with the workbook exercises. Well, if you're ready, let's learn together. Let's have fun. Part 1, reading and listening. From A to Z. Okay, everybody. Now, for the first part, I need you to read about a game show. Is there a similar show in your country? Have you ever seen it? Okay, very good. This is your time. Take your time and read it, and then we'll read together.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's read it together. In this game, there's a wheel with 25 letters of the alphabet, not including X. The aim of the game is to complete the alphabet wheel by saying the correct word for each letter in 5 minutes. The host gives the contestants definitions for words starting with the letters. For example, A, the place where you catch a plane, airport. You see, so based on the letter, they have to find the name as well, and they give the definition. To start the game, the host reads a definition for a word that begins with A, and the contestant has to quickly say the word. If the contestant can't think of the word, he or she says pass. When a contestant passes or gets a word wrong, the host goes on to the next letter. The host continues around the wheel to Z, and then starts from the beginning again. The host repeats the definitions that the contestant passed on or got wrong until 5 minutes is up. If a contestant gets all 25 words right, he or she wins the prize. Okay, very good, not bad. Now, I don't know any games in Turkey like that, but I remember when I was in Iran, we had a game called Esm Famil, where with a letter, specific letter, you had to write a name, a surname, a fruit, an animal, just different items that you as the player would choose. All right, very good, not bad. Now I need you to read the text again yourself, not me, and then cover it and answer the questions. It's your turn again. Let's see what you got.
A few minutes later.
Okay, back to you. So what is the aim of the game? Well, to complete the wheel by saying the correct word for each letter. How long do contestants have to say all the words? Well, 2 minutes. And what is the example definition and word for the letter A? The place where you catch a plane, airport. What happens if the contestant doesn't know the answer? Well, he or she says pass, and the presenter goes on to the next letter. And how does the contestant win the prize? Well, they win the prize when they get all 25 words correct. As easy as that. Great. You read about the game. You know about the game. Now it's time to listen. Victoria, the lady here, she's on the show. And she has passed on 6 letters. And she has 90 seconds left. Listen to the last 6 definitions. When you hear a ping, write the word. Okay, very nice. So we have 6 words to catch, to guess. All right? Very good. Let's see what you got.
3.14.
Okay, it begins with B. It's an adjective for a man who has no hair on his head. Right. It begins with C. It's an adjective. It describes a place where there are a lot of people. For example, a restaurant or a beach in the summer. Right. It begins with G. They're things that people wear on their hands. Right. It begins with K. It's the room where people cook. Right. It begins with L. It's an adjective for someone who doesn't like studying or working, for example. It's the opposite of hardworking. Right. It begins with T. It's a thing with a screen that you can watch shows and movies on. Just 3 seconds left.
All right, very good. Did you write the words? Well, listen and check. Let's see what you got. Maybe you can be on one of these shows and win a prize. Who knows?
3.15.
Okay, it begins with B. It's an adjective for a man who has no hair on his head.
Bald.
Right. It begins with C. It's an adjective. It describes a place where there are a lot of people. For example, a restaurant or a beach in the summer.
Crowded.
Right. It begins with G. They're things that people wear on their hands.
Gloves.
Right. It begins with K. It's the room where people cook.
Kitchen.
Right. It begins with L. It's an adjective for someone who doesn't like studying or working, for example. It's the opposite of hardworking.
Lazy.
Right. It begins with T. It's a thing with a screen that you can watch shows and movies on. Just 3 seconds left.
Television.
Congratulations, Victoria. You did it.
All right, that was easy, wasn't it? Now, everybody, in the beginning of the lesson, I told you that for grammar, we're going to cover the defining relative clauses. And everybody would say, oh, what is that, teacher? We don't know. Is it hard? Is it easy? Well, it's a piece of a chocolate cake. Let me tell you. Now, first, look at the 3 definitions Victoria heard on the show, okay? Complete them with who, that, or where. It describes a place where there are a lot of people. Number 2, it's an adjective for a person who doesn't like studying or working. And last one, it's a thing with a screen, okay, it's a thing that you can watch shows and movies on. Oh, you see? You know it. That's what we call defining relative clauses. You connect the sentences with where, who, that, etc. You already know it. I just want you to listen for more information. Okay, listen first.
3.16. 1. That's the woman who won the lottery last year.
A chef is a person who cooks food in a restaurant.
2. A clock is something that tells the time.
Is that the book that won an important prize?
3. A post office is a place where you can buy stamps.
That's the restaurant where I had dinner last week.
Okay, very nice. So, you use who for a person, that for a thing and where for a place. But be careful. You can use that instead of who. For example, she's the girl who works with my brother. That works with my brother. Okay? You can use which instead of that to talk about things as well. For example, it's a thing that connects two computers, or it's a thing which connects two computers. Now, everybody, I need you to take a screenshot from this page because we're going to practice what you learned. If you're ready, let's get to it. As always, I have two exercises for you. Now, this isn't a race. Look at the picture that you took, the screenshot. Okay? Let's do it together. All right? Or you can stop the video and do it yourself. The choice is yours, my friend. But if you're ready, let's do it together. In the first part, complete the definitions with who, that, or where. Defining relative clauses. For example, a mail carrier is the person who brings you your mail. Okay, let's do it. Number one, an octopus is an animal that lives in the ocean and has 8 legs. Number two, a lawnmower is a machine that cuts the grass. A surgeon is a doctor who does operations. A changing room is a room where people try on clothes. A porter is the person who helps you with your baggage. Garlic is a kind of food that keeps vampires away. A garage is a place where mechanics fix cars. Just as easy as that. Now write sentences with who, that, or where. Okay, for example, she, the woman, catch the same bus as me. She's the woman who catches the same bus as me. All right. Again, you can do it with me or you can do it yourself. For example, that's the dog that always barks at night. Or that's the store where I bought my wedding dress. Number 3, he is the actor who was in the last James Bond movie. Or 4, they're the children who live next door to me. Number 5, this is the restaurant where they make great pizza. Number 6, that's the switch that controls the air conditioning. Number 7, he's the teacher who teaches my sister. Number 8, that's the room where we have our meetings. And number 9, this is the light that is broken. Now, you know everything about defining relative clauses. You knew it. You just didn't know the name, I'm sure. Awesome. I'm proud of you. If you need to take a coffee break, well, get to it. Now, in the next part of our lesson, we're going to talk about paraphrasing. And they tell me, teacher, what is paraphrasing? Well, have your coffee. I'll explain everything. And I mean everything. Moment of truth. Now, everybody, what do you usually do if you're talking to someone in English and you don't know a word that you need? Okay. So sometimes you can look up the translation on your phone or use ChatGPT, Google Translate, or you can try to mime the word. Or at the same time, you can try to explain what you mean using other words that you know. Now, this is what we call paraphrasing. Delivering what you mean. Okay? Now, for the first part of our exercise, I need you to complete the useful expressions with these words and then listen and check. Okay? You have all the time in the world and you need to put these in these sentences. And whenever you're ready, well, we can listen and check together.
3.17 1.
It's somebody who shows you around a city or a museum.
2.
It's something that we use to pay instead of cash.
3.
It's somewhere where people go when they want to send a package or a letter.
4.
It's a kind of fruit. It's long and yellow.
5.
It's the opposite of expensive.
6.
It's like a sweater, but it has buttons.
7.
It's similar to light, but you use it to describe hair.
8.
It's a verb. For example, you do this to the TV when you've finished watching something.
Okay, gentlemen, and ladies, of course. Now, we're going to play the word game together. You and your friends work in pairs and try to answer the questions to these words. Tell me the definitions and words. For example, it's somebody who shows you around the city or a museum. Well, we usually call them guides or guide. Okay, the rest is yours. Something that we use to pay instead of cash, well, that's a credit, debit, or bank card. It's somewhere where people go when they want to send a package or a letter. That's the post office. It's a kind of fruit. It's long and yellow. Oh, banana, my favorite. Okay, it's the opposite of expensive. Cheap. It's like a sweater, but it has buttons. That's a cardigan. Number 7, it's similar to light, but you use it to describe hair. Now, that is very interesting. Blonde. And last one, it's a verb. For example, you do this to the TV when you have finished watching something. Well, you turn it off, of course. Very nice, very good. Now, I have another test for you. Now, everyone, look at the pictures. Okay. A DJ, an art gallery, a camera, a passport, sunbathe, curly. Complete the definitions for these words and then compare your answers with your friends. For example, a DJ. Let's see my definitions. A DJ, it's somebody who plays music on the radio or in a club, like David Guetta, right? An art gallery, it's somewhere where you can see paintings. A camera, it's something which you use to take photos. A passport, it's a kind of document which you need if you travel abroad. Sunbathe, for example, you do this when you are on the beach. And curly, it's the opposite of straight. Straight hair, for example. Very nice. Well, everyone, this is the last set of today's lesson. Silent E. What do I mean by silent E? Now, E at the end of a word is normally not pronounced. Okay? For example, look, fate. Okay? Or sight. Okay? But what it does, it changes the vowel sound before it. For example, sit, sight. Fat, fate. You see? So you don't pronounce the E, but E changes the sound of the vowel before it. Okay? Now, look at two definitions. What are the words? How does the pronunciation of the first word change when you add an E? Okay, let's see. It's a thing that you wear on your head. That's a hat. Now, it's a verb that means the opposite of love. Hate. Now look, hat, hate. So you don't pronounce the E, but look, A, the vowel changed. Just like that. So again, I repeat. When you add E, you don't read the E, but the sound of the vowel before it changes. Okay, now there are some more examples for you. Look, for example, bit, bite. All right, how do you pronounce them? Bit, bite. Not, note. Plan, plane. Cut, cute. Yeah, very different. So it changes from A to A. Okay, with an E, it's the same sound as the letter A. Okay, now that's a very different story, but follow me. Now this is your test. I need you to listen to the definitions for 3 more similar word pairs and try to write the words, okay? Let's see.
3.18. 1.
A. It's the short form of the name Timothy.
B. What is measured in minutes, hours, or days? 2.
A. It's an animal that people have in their house. For example, a cat.
B. It's the short form of the name Peter. 3.
A. It's an adjective similar to angry.
B. It's the past tense of the verb make.
All right, everybody, let's check your answers. So, Tim, time. Pet, Pete. Mad, made. Okay, now how do you pronounce these words? Let's see. Listen and check.
3.19.
Kite.
Can.
Stone.
Bat.
Grapes.
Mug.
Very good. Now you know the sounds and their difference when you add E. And that's the lesson for today. Word games, defining relative clauses, and the silent E. Well, everybody, workbook episode is coming right up. And as always, you can download the slides in the description part. If you have a suggestion, you can comment down below and I will get back to you. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe. It's gonna help me along the way. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.